find the first and second derivatives of this function. Okay, please review the previous sections. So we got 1, 2, 3 terms. So the first derivative, so the f prime is derivative of first term minus derivative of second plus derivative of third. So this is derivative of first term, 4 times 3 12 x 1 less, so cube, minus, so we are using power rule, so 2 times 5 10 x plus derivative of 1 is 0, so plus 0 we don't have to write. That's the first derivative. Let's find the derivative of this derivative, the second derivative, using power rule again. 3 times 12 36 x 1 less, so x squared, minus derivative of 10x is just 10. Okay, let's go for 2. So we have something raised to 4, and this is not simply x, we have more than x, so we need to use the chain rule. And whenever we have a function, outer function f and inner function u, and we want to find the derivative, that is by the chain rule. Find the derivative of outer function, leave inner alone, times derivative of inner. Okay, so x plus 1 is our inner, and something raised to 4 is like something raised to 4. You can think like x fourth and use power rule. That's the outer function, that's to the fourth. Okay, then for number 2, the first derivative is using this chain rule, something to the fourth, that's the outer function. It's like you can say x4, and we know the derivative of x4 using chain rule, that's 4x cubed. So something to the fourth, then derivative is 4, that's something raised to 4 minus 1, that's 3, and x plus 1, times derivative of inner function from the chain rule. Derivative of x is 1 plus, and derivative of 1 is 0, so 1 plus 0 is 1, and times 1 does not count, so this is pretty much 4 times x plus 1 cubed. That's the first derivative. Now we want to find the derivative of this, and the second derivative of the original function. It's again 4 times a function, so 4 survives, we can just leave 4. Something to the third, so we have same as before, so we need to use the chain rule. Something raised to third, something raised to third is outer, so it's like x cubed, and when we find the derivative, that's 3x squared. So derivative of outer function is 3, that 3 minus 1 2. Okay, this is x plus 1, times derivative of inner function. Derivative of x is 1 plus derivative of 1 is 0, 1 plus 0 is 1. Okay, this is pretty much 4 times 3 12 x plus 1 squared, and 1 doesn't count. That's the second derivative. Okay, for number 3 is similar to number 2, so I'm going to erase these and come back for number 3. So our function is something raised to 7, so that's the outer function, and it's like x7. When we find the derivative, 7, that 7 minus 1 6. So something raised to 7 outer function, 1 minus x squared inner function. Then when we find the derivative from the chain rule, 7, that 7 minus 1 6, times derivative of this inner, so 1 minus x squared, times. Now let's find the derivative of inner function. Derivative of 1 is 0, minus, we don't have to write 0. Derivative of x squared is 2x. Okay, so let's simplify, because we need to find the second derivative, otherwise we would leave here. So this is same as 7 times negative 2x negative 14x times 1 minus x squared 6. That's the first derivative. Now we need to find the second derivative now. That is derivative of this function. And this function is in fact 14x is 1 factor times 1 minus x square raised to 6 as second factor. So we have a product of two functions. Then we use the product rule. That's the u prime v plus v prime u. Okay, it's like u first factor negative 14x and the remaining is v. So using the product rule, derivative of first factor, derivative of negative 14x is just negative 14 times leave the second factor alone, so 1 minus x square 6 plus derivative of second factor, which is something raised to 6, so we need to use chain rule. Okay, derivative of second factor, that's the chain rule, times leave the first factor alone, that's negative 14x. So a lot of work here. Something raised to 6, it's like when we found the first derivative, something raised to 6 using the chain rule, 6, that's something raised to 6 minus 1 5, that something is 1 minus x square, times from the chain rule derivative of inner function, derivative of 1 is 0 minus derivative of x square is 2x, so minus 2x. Now let's simplify because there are a lot of negatives. So negative 14 1 minus x square to the 6th, negative negative positive and positive positive, 6 times 2 12, 12 times 14, use your calculator, 6 times 2 12, 12 times 14, that's 168. Okay, and x square, and we have 1 minus x square raised to 5. Okay, this is final. Okay, we can simplify further, but that's not required.